Hey, this is Hoghead TV with the Haters Real podcast.
Hey, Hoghead.
Baby, 1, 2, 3.
Do a good idea.
Tonight on the brutal homicide of a 3-year-old child in Orange County in June. CBS 2's Christy Kalishian has the latest on a 6-month investigation.
With his head hung low, 23-year-old Gianni Sellers of Middletown listened to the charges being brought against him on Tuesday. He's being accused of killing 3-year-old Xavier Johnson, his girlfriend's son.
That day, at the hospital, it was very clear to everyone involved that Xavier Johnson died a extremely terrible death and a savage death.
Orange County DA David Hoovler is talking about the morning of this past June 2nd, when Johnson was found unresponsive and not breathing in his race car bed in his mom's living room, with what officers describe as catastrophic injuries across his 30-pound body, especially his head, neck, and torso. He was pronounced dead at the hospital. Sellers was watching Johnson at the time, as he had been for the days before that. He's charged with second-degree murder and first-degree manslaughter. He could face 25 years to life behind bars. It's taken 6 months for local and state police, with the help of the FBI, to investigate.
You have to examine the period of time leading up to when the child was found. And that investigation takes time. There's an extreme amount of forensic evidence in this case, as well as interviews.
Sellers has no prior convictions, but has been accused of domestic violence in the past. The investigation found that in the days leading up to Johnson's death, Sellers was searching online, why do younger men hurt babies? Things you shouldn't do to a toddler. How to deal with a 3-year-old. And on the day before Johnson's death, baby breathing heavy after being shook. What to do if you shake baby too much. Officials add that Sellers and Johnson's mom have since gotten back together since the toddler died. We tried talking to the family as they walked out of the courthouse, but they made no comment. Investigators couldn't specify the exact manner of the boy's death. The 3-year-old's family was sobbing as they heard just how serious the boy's injuries were, and one even left the room as they were describing what Sellers was looking up just days before the boy's death. And Sellers is due back in court next Wednesday, January 4th, in Goshen, New York.
Hey, what's good? This your boy Hoghead with the Haters Real podcast. Now, this shit right here I'm about to get into, this is a 3-year-old named Xavier Johnson from Middletown, New York, Orange County, just being a kid. Kids, they do stuff, but at the same time, if it is their kids, they gotta learn. So in this situation, we see that Gianni Sellers was with Xavier Johnson's mother. And for some reason, the mother, whether she was going to work or whatever she was doing, if she was away from the house, she was trusting a 23-year-old man to watch her son. The whole time while her son was being watched, he was Googling stuff about what you can do to a 3-year-old. That don't add up. Why are these women having these so-called boyfriends or men around their kids? Why you couldn't just contact the baby daddy or contact the baby daddy family to see if they can watch the child? You shouldn't force your child on anybody else. But still, that's not an excuse for this man to be looking up stuff on the internet about what to do to a child. The sad case is he already know what he wanted to do to the child. The child was walking around the house, playing, having a good time. Because kids, they mess up. Kids are not perfect. And you know what? Grown people are not perfect, because half of grown people act like kids, if you ask me. So for this 3-year-old to be found in his race car bed, not breathing, going through catastrophic injuries that were so brutal the whole time, this let me know he could have been dead while he was sleeping in the bed the whole time. You know what I mean? So that lets you know that the boyfriend probably put him to bed, and when he put him to bed, covered him up, and he already knew in his mind what was going to happen. He was going to get questioned, about what's going on with her son. So the next morning, they let you know when she checked on her son, Xavier, He was not breathing. He was gone. Had to let the hospital know. Had to call the police to let the police know. Then while he's going through trial, or while the police doing the investigation of the situation, even while he's locked up, she's still in a relationship. The family heard everything that was going on in the case, in the court. And one family member had to walk out. And this young lady is still in a relationship with this man. And this man's behind bars for killing your son. What are you trying to do? Some love out the lockup? Yeah, Mr. Juliana Sellers, the only thing that's waiting on you is the death penalty. Because you cheated this 3-year-old Xavier, this 3-year-old little boy, you cheated him out of his childhood. You cheated him out of his teenage life. You cheated him out of going to the prom. You cheated him out of having a career. You cheated him out of having to go to college if it was his choice. You messed up his life that you know where he could never have children. So, Mr. Sellers, you deserve everything that's coming to you, you know. For Xavier Johnson's mother, I hope she get help. She need to go through a lot of therapeutic help, because this lets you know that she been in abuse in the past. So if she been in abuse in the past and she's still in love in a relationship with somebody that took something that was precious, that means so much to her 3-year-old son Xavier Johnson, she needs psychologically help. You know, my condolences to her family. I hope everything gets counseling, work out the situation to make the situation somewhat better. But everybody, stay tuned. Look safe, be safe. Don't let everybody watch your kids. This your boy Ho here with the Hate Is Real podcast. Yeah.